Hello everyone, welcome to my channel B&B CBS Gossip 24. Carter is left completely stunned when Beth shares a shocking wedding idea for Hope and Liam, and his reaction has everyone wondering, is there more to Hope and Carter's connection than anyone realized? As rumors swirl and tension rises, Hope's strange behavior sparks speculation about a possible pregnancy shocker. Meanwhile, Liam struggles to hold his ground as old emotions resurface, and the Forrester office can't stop buzzing about what Carter knows. Carter Walton stood behind his desk, trying to focus on contracts, but his eyes kept drifting to the photograph sitting just out of reach, Hope Logan's smiling face from a charity gala a month ago. It had been taken the night they crossed a line neither could uncross. He tried to bury the memory, but Hope's laughter echoed in his mind like a melody that wouldn't fade. The door opened quietly. Hope stepped inside. She looked different. Beautiful, yes, but paler, distracted. Her hands fidgeted with the hem of her blouse, and her usual calm confidence was replaced by something raw, uncertainty. Carter straightened. Hope, you didn't tell me you were coming by. I wasn't planning to, she said softly. But I needed to talk to you. It's about Beth. Carter frowned. Beth. Hope nodded. She asked me something this morning. Something that threw me. He came around the desk, concern etching his brow. What is it? Hope gave a small, nervous laugh. She said she wants to plan a wedding. Carter blinked. A wedding? Yes, Hope said, trying to smile. She said she wants to throw a little ceremony in the garden, for me. For us. Carter froze. For us. Hope's smile faltered. She's a child, Carter. She doesn't understand. She saw us talking at the party last week, and she said we looked in love. Carter's throat tightened. And what did you tell her? That she was imagining things, Hope said quickly. But she just looked at me and said, then why do you blush when he's around? She turned away, trembling. She's so intuitive, Carter. She can see things before I even admit them to myself. The silence stretched between them, fragile as glass. Carter exhaled slowly. Hope, we both agreed. I know, she cut in. That it was a mistake. That it could never happen again. Then why do I feel like something's changed? Hope's gaze flickered to the window, to the faint reflection of her own face. Her voice was barely a whisper. Because it has. Carter stepped closer. Hope. She turned to face him, eyes shining. I haven't told anyone. Not my mother, not Steffi, not Liam. She paused, swallowing hard. I went to the doctor yesterday. He felt his pulse quicken. Are you okay? I'm pregnant, Carter. The world stopped. He blinked, the words sinking like stones in water. Pregnant. She nodded, tears brimming. I don't know what to do. It's early, too early for certainty. But if the timing's right. Carter's voice cracked. Then the baby could be mine. Hope's silence was answer enough. He turned away, gripping the edge of his desk for balance. His mind was spinning, with fear, with guilt, with something dangerously close to joy. Hope, this can't be happening. I didn't plan it, she said softly. I didn't want to complicate our lives. But when Beth brought up that wedding idea this morning, her voice wavered. It felt like fate was mocking me. Carter faced her again. You can't tell anyone yet. Not until you're sure. I know. He stepped closer, eyes locking with hers. Does Liam suspect anything? No, she whispered. He's been too busy trying to rebuild his life after me. And I've been, she hesitated, avoiding him. Carter's chest tightened. Then what happens if the test confirms it's mine? Hope's tears fell. Then we do what we always do. We protect the people we love. Even if it breaks us. The door burst open suddenly. Brooke Logan stepped in, holding her phone. Hope, you need to see this. Hope wiped her face quickly. Mom, what? Brooke looked between them, her expression wary but loving. I just got a call from Donna. Ridge is planning a press event, something about a Forrester family expansion. Carter frowned. Expansion. Brooke nodded. He said there's a new generation coming. Does anyone know what he means? Hope froze. Carter looked down, realization dawning. He can't know, can he? Brooke's phone buzzed again. She glanced at it, then gasped. Oh, my God. Someone leaked the news. Hope's heart stopped. What news? Brooke turned the phone toward her. On screen, a breaking headline flashed across a gossip site. Baby shocker at Forrester. Hope Logan expecting, but who's the father? Carter's face drained of color. No. No one could have known. Brooke looked between them, suspicion creeping into her voice. Hope, what are they talking about? Hope opened her mouth to speak, but before she could answer, her phone buzzed in her hand. A new message appeared on the screen. No name, no number. Congratulations. You finally got what you wanted. Now let's see if you can keep it. Her hands shook as she read it. Carter saw the color drain from her face. Hope? What is it? She turned the phone toward him. The message vanished before he could read it, replaced by a black screen. And for one terrifying second, reflected in the glass, they both saw the faint image of a woman smiling. A smile Carter recognized instantly. Sheila, he whispered. Is Hope Logan pregnant, and who's the father? Hope's heels clicked nervously against the marble floor as she made her way toward the executive suite. Her hands trembled around her phone, still haunted by the anonymous text that had arrived the night before. Sheila's words echoed in her mind. Now let's see if you can keep it. Int. Forrester Conference Room, day. Carter stood at the window, sleeves rolled up, eyes dark with exhaustion. He'd spent the night running damage control, silencing whispers, threatening legal action, calling in favors with PR contacts. But nothing could silence guilt. He turned as Hope entered. Are you okay? Define okay, she said softly. Everyone's staring at me like I'm carrying a scandal, not a child. Hope. I don't even know if it's yours, she blurted, tears rising. But they're acting like they do. He crossed the room, lowering his voice. We'll handle this together. No one has proof. Hope shook her head. She does. Carter froze. Who? Hope looked up. Sheila. The name filled the air like poison. Carter's jaw tightened. How could she know? I don't know, Hope whispered. But she sent me a message last night. It vanished before I could show anyone. Before he could respond, the door burst open. Brooke Logan stormed in, her face a mixture of fury and heartbreak. Behind her trailed Ridge, his eyes sharp, already scanning for lies. Hope, Brooke began, her voice trembling, tell me this isn't true. Hope opened her mouth, but Ridge cut in. Don't dance around it, Hope. The press is already outside. Bill Spencer's people are running the story. Carter tried to step forward. Ridge, maybe we should. Stay out of it, Carter. Ridge snapped, pointing a finger at him. If this has anything to do with you, I'll. Ridge. Brooke interrupted. Let her talk. The silence was suffocating. Hope's voice broke. It's true. I might be pregnant. Brooke gasped, hand over her heart. Ridge's face hardened. And the father? Hope hesitated. Her eyes flicked toward Carter. That single glance told Ridge everything. Oh, for God's sake, he muttered, pacing. Hope, what were you thinking? I wasn't thinking, Hope whispered. I was feeling. For once in my life, I was allowed to feel something real. Int. Spencer Publications, same time. Sheila Carter stood by the large office window, her reflection dark and amused against the city skyline. She was back in her element, chaos swirling exactly where she wanted it. Across from her, Bill Spencer glared, holding the latest Forrester scandal sheet. You're playing with fire, Sheila, he warned. If Rich figures out you're behind this. Oh, Bill, she purred, I don't have to play. I just have to nudge. They're already burning themselves alive. Bill's jaw tightened. You leaked the story. Sheila smirked. Let's just say, I gave it a little oxygen. He stepped closer. And what do you want out of this? Her eyes glittered. Leverage. Over Hope. Over Carter. Over Deacon. She leaned in. It's funny, isn't it? Everyone's so afraid of me, but the truth does my work for me. Bill exhaled sharply, frustrated. You never change. No, she said, smiling faintly. But they do. Especially when they are scared. The air was thick with tension. Rich turned to Hope. We'll handle this. Quietly. You'll stay out of the public eye until we know. No, Hope interrupted. I won't hide. Not again. Hope. I've spent my whole life cleaning up after other people's mistakes. I'm done pretending. She looked at Carter, tears glistening. If this baby is his, I won't be ashamed. Carter swallowed hard. You don't have to protect me. I'm not, she said. I'm protecting our child. Brooke reached out, her voice breaking. Oh, sweetheart. The door opened again. This time, Liam stepped in, his face pale, holding his phone. Hope, he said quietly, I saw the headlines. She turned slowly. Liam. He held up the phone, the tabloid photo of her hand resting on her stomach, taken that morning as she entered Forrester Creations. Tell me it's not true. Hope's silence answered for her. Liam's voice cracked. You're pregnant, and it's his. Tears welled in her eyes. I don't know, Liam. He let out a bitter laugh. You don't know? Unbelievable. Carter tried to step forward, but Liam glared at him. You stay the hell away from her. Liam, please. You ruined her once, Liam said coldly. You're not going to do it again. Hope shook her head. Liam, stop. But before anyone could say more, every phone in the room buzzed at once. Rich frowned. What now? On each screen, a notification flashed from an anonymous sender. A video file. Hope's hands trembled as she pressed play. The footage showed her and Carter in the Forrester design studio, late at night, weeks ago, their conversation intimate, vulnerable. It cut off before anything explicit, but the implication was clear. Brooke gasped. Liam's face went white. Rich slammed his phone down. Who the hell recorded this? Hope whispered, almost to herself, Sheila. Carter's voice was hoarse. She's watching. Outside, the paparazzi's shouts grew louder, echoing through the glass walls of the building. Inside, the family stood frozen, exposed, humiliated, and completely in Sheila Carter's grip. Deacon Sharp stood at the bar, staring at his reflection in a half-empty bottle. The man staring back at him looked older, heavier with guilt. When the back door creaked open, he didn't have to turn. He knew the rhythm of those heels. Sheila Carter stepped out of the shadows, wrapped in a leather jacket that gleamed under the bar light, her smile a slow burn. Sheila, you look like hell, Deacon. Deacon, I feel worse. Sit down. She moved closer, unhurried. If this is about that little video leak, don't tell me you're here to scold me. Deacon slammed his hand against the counter. You destroyed Hope's life. Her laugh was soft, dangerous. I didn't destroy anything. I just revealed the truth. Deacon, she didn't deserve this. Neither did Carter. Sheila, oh, please. Carter Walton? The moral compass of Forrester? He'll land on his feet. They always do. She poured herself a drink from his bottle, watching him over the rim. You should thank me, you know. Deacon blinked. Thank you. Sheila's eyes glittered. Because now you finally understand what they did to me. To us. They hide their sins behind silk and perfume, but one little leak and they're all ready to crucify you. Sound familiar? He stared at her, torn between fury and something more dangerous, recognition. Deacon, what do you want, Sheila? Sheila, what I've always wanted. My family back. And you. She took a step closer. He didn't move away. Sheila, whispering Remy's asking questions. He's closer to the truth than anyone knows. You can't protect him from me forever. Deacon, he's your son, not your pawn. Sheila, he's both. Deacon's fists clenched. If you go near him. Relax, she purred, brushing her fingers against his arm. I already have. He froze. What does that mean? Her smile widened. You'll see. Hope sat in the design office, still trembling. The building had finally emptied out, but she couldn't go home. Her world had imploded in front of cameras and family. Carter appeared in the doorway, jacket slung over his arm. You shouldn't be here alone. I couldn't leave, she whispered. Every time I close my eyes, I see that video. Everyone judging. He came closer, kneeling beside her chair. I swear to you, I'll find out who recorded it. Hope nodded faintly. It was her, Carter. Sheila's fingerprints are all over this. He looked at her, torn. Then we fight her. She doesn't fight fair, Hope said. She plays long games. What if she's not after me at all? What if this is about you, or Deacon? Carter started to reply when her phone buzzed again. A text. Don't hide behind the Forresters. The real father deserves to know. Hope's blood ran cold. Deacon grabbed Sheila's wrist as she turned to leave. If you hurt that girl, I'll drag you back to prison myself. Sheila smiled faintly. You think I'm the danger? No, Deacon. They are. The Forresters. They've been rewriting history since the day Ridge first picked up a sketch pad. You, me, even our son, we're just loose threads they'd rather snip than mend. Deacon, stop talking in riddles. Sheila, fine. Then here's the truth. The paternity test everyone's whispering about, it's not the only one. Deacon's eyes widened. What? She reached into her purse, slid a white envelope across the bar. This came from the same clinic Hope visited. He stared at it. How did you get that? She shrugged. Let's just say I have friends in low places. Sheila, inside that envelope is proof that one test's already been tampered with. You think Ridge runs a clean family? Think again. Deacon tore the envelope open. Inside was a single page, a copy of a lab report, redacted but unmistakable. His breath caught as he read the signature. Remy Price. Sheila smiled. That's right. Our boy's name shows up where it shouldn't. Someone's been rewriting bloodlines again. Deacon, horse, you did this. Sheila, no, Deacon. They did. I'm just pulling back the curtain. She picked up her glass and finished her drink. Now that you know, you can choose. Stand with them, or with me. But either way, the trap's already set. She turned to leave. Deacon, what trap? Sheila, without looking back, the kind they never see coming until it's too late. Thunder rolled over the city as the lights of Forrester Creations glowed in the distance. In the shadows below, Sheila slipped into a waiting car. On her phone, a single text sent out automatically. Phase 2 begins. Target, Hope Logan. Ridge Forrester stood hunched over the conference table, a half-dozen folders spread before him. He hadn't slept. Every headline, every leak, every whisper about Hope's pregnancy had led him here, to a single, impossible clue, a forged paternity test. Steffi entered quietly, her heels clicking against the tile. Dad, you've been here all night. I had to see it for myself, Ridge muttered, gesturing to the papers. The clinic's records don't match the ones Carter submitted to HR. Someone swapped files. Steffi frowned. Swapped? When? Right before the leak, Ridge said grimly. The signatures are identical, but the timestamps are wrong. Someone used Remy's access code. Steffi blinked. Remy? Dad, no, he wouldn't. He's Sheila's son, Ridge cut in, his voice low and edged with pain. And if she's playing him? She's always playing someone, Steffi snapped. But not him. He's just another one of her victims. Ridge looked up, meeting his daughter's fierce gaze. Then we find out who isn't. Across town, at a sleek modern apartment overlooking the ocean, Remy Price sat on the couch, the envelope Sheila had sent still lying open on the coffee table. The lab report inside glared up at him like an accusation, his name tangled with Hope's, with Carter's, with a Forrester seal stamped at the bottom. He didn't understand what it meant, or rather, he didn't want to. The doorbell rang. He froze, heart pounding. Slowly, he rose and opened it. Luna stood there, breathless, her expression somewhere between fear and relief. You weren't answering your phone. I didn't want to, he said softly. I saw Ridge at the office. He's digging, she said. He knows about the tampering. Remy swallowed hard. He thinks I did it. Luna shook her head. Then prove him wrong. Tell him the truth. Remy's laugh was bitter. And what truth is that, Luna? That I don't even know who I am? That the woman who calls herself my mother keeps sending me messages from the shadows like some ghost. Luna stepped closer, her hand brushing his arm. You know who you are. You're not her. He looked at her, his voice breaking. You don't get it. Every time I think I'm different, she finds a way to pull me back. Maybe I'm more like her than I want to admit. Luna's voice was firm. Then fight it. He turned away. Maybe it's too late for that. Back at Forrester, Steffi stood at the top of the stairs outside the boardroom, phone pressed to her ear. Finn, she said, her voice low but tense. I need you to pull medical access logs for the clinic Sheila used when she faked her last DNA test. Cross-reference with Hope Logan's visit. A pause. I don't care if it's illegal, she said, her tone sharpening. We've lost too much already. As she hung up, she saw Hope walking down the hall, pale and distracted. Their eyes met, and for a moment, neither spoke. Finally, Steffi said quietly, You should have told us. Hope's throat tightened. It wouldn't have mattered. It always matters, Steffi said. Secrets are how she wins. Hope's voice cracked. You think I don't know that? I grew up in the shadow of your family's secrets, Steffi. And now, she stopped, tears forming, now I've become one of them. Steffi's expression softened, but only slightly. Then stop hiding and help us end this. That evening, the storm broke, not in the sky, but in Rich's office. The door slammed open. Deacon Sharp strode in, face drawn, a white envelope clutched in his hand. You were right, he said hoarsely. The tests were switched. Rich stood. By who? Deacon dropped the envelope on the desk. Ask your new operations manager. Rich frowned, opening the envelope. Inside was a copy of a text exchange, time-stamped, with attachments. One message stood out. Phase 1 complete. Forrester data secured. Payment received. E. Forrester. Rich's blood ran cold. No. Steffi stepped forward. E. Forrester? Dad, that could mean. Before she could finish, the door opened again, and Electra Forrester stepped inside, her eyes wide, her voice trembling. You don't understand. Rich's tone was ice. Try me. Electra swallowed hard. It wasn't supposed to go this far. Sheila said it was just to expose Carter, not destroy the company. Steffi's voice was barely controlled. You worked with Sheila Carter. I didn't know it was her at first. Electra cried. She reached out through a shell account, said she was a private investigator looking into Remy's adoption records. She paid me to access archived DNA scans. I thought it was for medical research. I swear, I didn't know. Rich slammed his hands on the desk. You didn't ask. Tears streamed down Electra's face. I just wanted to prove myself. You all still treat me like a child playing dress-up in the Forrester name. I thought if I could find something big, something game-changing, you'd finally see me. Rich stared at her, heartbroken. Congratulations. You just gave Sheila Carter exactly what she wanted. Outside, hidden among the trees, Sheila Carter watched the house through binoculars, the faintest smirk curling her lips. Beside her, a figure shifted in the darkness, her new ally, unseen until now. Electra's voice whispered from her phone's speaker, trembling. I told them everything. They know. Sheila smiled, sliding the phone shut. Good. That's exactly what I wanted. The figure beside her stepped forward slightly, just enough light to reveal a familiar silhouette. Will Spencer. He stared at her, expression grim. You got what you wanted. Now you keep your end. Oh, I will, Sheila purred. You'll have your revenge. And I'll have my family.